Leighton Kent Lowe is many things to many people in many different endeavors, and in every role he's indispensable, iconic, much admired, and most certainly beloved. Will Wade, John Brady, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Shaquille O'Neal, Dale Brown. Those are the focal figures of LSU Tiger basketball in the last 4 decades. Just outside the spotlight has been Kent Lowe. As the program's media liaison, the Basketball SID, Kent's impact has been immense. That's hardly his only role in the LSU Athletic Communications Office. As the Senior Associate Director in a media relations operation he joined in 1988.
Kent Lowe is the most tireless worker I've ever known, and that's a compliment. He's worked more hours than anybody I've ever been associated with. He's tireless. He's the ultimate multitasker. He can do more things at once and do them all at a high level.
People like him around the country, within the league, and they respect him. And that's hard to get, to be liked and respected at the same time. In Kent Lowe's career, he's established that for himself.
He's somebody who really just bridges, multiple generations of LSU basketball. He's been a staple, a rock for our program, and so just a tremendous person. He's one of those guys that anybody who meets him, he's not like he ever has an enemy or anybody's upset at him, and so he's an institution here at LSU. And
he's earned national acclaim for his professional accomplishments and has been a cornerstone for an office headed first by Herb Vincent and now Michael Bonnet.
He's just such a wonderful person who cares so much about people, and I just wouldn't know what to do without him.
For the Louisiana Sports Writers Association, he's jokingly but realistically tagged as treasurer for life. Handling the LSWA's meager finances is actually a relatively small part of his servant leadership of the Hall of Fame's parent organization. Kent is also responsible for much of the grand stature of the Hall of Fame. He is the father of the annual Cox Sports television coverage of induction celebrations. This is the first ever inductee profile he has not had his hands on.
He's really what you call a good guy. And I'm not trying to be nice because he's going into the Hall of Fame now, which is a tremendous honor and well-deserved for him, or make him feel good. But I can't think of one thing negative about Kent Lowe. Nothing.
He is to LSU what Walter Cronkite was to the moon landings. He's to LSU what Jim McKay was to the Olympics, or Burt Parks was to the Miss America contest. And there are hundreds of other analogies of people that Kent follows and things important in his past life, but he's just that important and has that kind of impact.
In many additional ways, he's part of the heartbeat of the Hall. Time constraints don't allow us more than a mention of his vital and versatile stint as publicity man for Bossier City's Louisiana Downs thoroughbred racing track in its glory years in the early to mid-1980s. We can't even start on what he means to the sport of bowling in our state, or the Independence Bowl in his hometown of Shreveport. Suffice it to say that in everything he does, it's who he is, more than all the great things he's done and continues to do, that makes Kent Lowe a Hall of Famer. That title just becomes official tonight.